As you know, when I told you guys about that they had closed down Los Tacos La Salsa, they opened up a new one. It's called Mi Rinconcito, Oaxaca, or Oaxaqueño. Same spot right there on 18th Street in Chester. You know, I go there. I took the wife. A nice little date and shit. Trying to try something new. We had some, I think they're called tacoyos. Well, to start off, they fixed the place. Looks a little bit more decent. Looks a little bit more cleaner. It doesn't look antiguo. No se mira tan antiguo, you know. Ya no estaba la salsa bar. The menu was smaller. No pictures. No. I was like, dessert, like tacos, las sopas, and then the rest. Ugh. There's a same little patio, same style. Like they didn't move a lot of stuff, you know, it's like a hallway. So we ordered tacoyos, which is basically it was like a fried papa. And the inside had like chorizo con frijol, más papa or queso, like all mushed in. So when you took the bite, it was like a decent, not dessert. ¿Cómo se llama? Ay, ¿cómo se llama when appetizer? No, me comí, eran tres. Con la salsita estaba good. La green salsa was really good. I'm not gonna lie, the green salsa was really good. Y I'm like, we're eating them. Son tres. They're good. I'm like, all right. I'm like, okay. I'm like, pasa para appetizer que no te llena. ¿No? Lo ponen con su cremita, su frijol on top, frijol negro, y la lechuguita. I was like, all right, I can deal with this. I can deal with this. I'm like, all right. I ordered a salmón con su ensalada y con arroz. Y mi mujer ordenó un pozole de puerco. But when I was looking at the menu, I was like, a lot of stuff felt like homemade food. Like I'm seeing it. It feels like it's gonna be something that I already know. Cecina. I never seen that in restaurants. Then again, nunca iba a un like super Mexican restaurant. Pero miraba en frijoladas, enchiladas de mole, enchiladas verdes o rojas. Un molcajete de asada y un molcajete de cecina. What was the other one? Oh, trocitos de puerco en chile rojo. Like a lot of stuff like that felt like casero. And I was like, okay. I'm like, we gotta try it, ¿no? Y pues, I ordered the salmón. Ella ordenó un pozole de puerco. ¿No? Después de que los comimos los tacoyos, I'm like, okay, wash your mouth. Una Dr. Pepper. Y me lo tomé chingón. So ya empezamos. Here we go. Here's the review. First, I did try the caldito del pozole de menudo. El pozole de puerco. It was pretty tasty. I was like, wow. Well, not wow, but I'm like, all right. It's good. It was good. It was good. Not great, but good. Like where it's like, okay, do I want to cook it at home or should I just go buy it? Like, cause you know it's that good, you're okay go buying it and sitting down, as opposed to you taking your time and cooking it and all that, right? Era rojo también, so it was good. So I'm gonna give you that. But I only had like taste buds, like taste like así. I didn't have acá, cause I ate my own plato. So tenía su arroz. The presentation was pretty good. I was like, all right, cool. A lot of rice, a lot of fucking rice, cause I couldn't finish it. Y luego tenían unas calabacitas con zanahorias. Se miraban como que eran mix con chipotle. Ooh. Eating one was like, ugh. Like if I just ate the zanahoria, if you ate the calabaza, I'm like, But when you mix both, for some reason, it was like, wow, that's a good fucking chain reaction. Okay. Add a little bit of sal, add a little bit of limon. Y lo pasé, and I'm like, okay. Well, I like this. I do like this. I was like, okay, what can I do? Then here comes what you guys were saying. I'm not a mariscos guy, so take this with a grain of salt. With that, when I say I don't like mariscos, I don't like mariscos. I tried the salmon and I didn't like it. It just tasted too fishy. It tasted too fishy. Yes, it was soft, se abría bien, lo corté todo, pero like no, nomás no. It by itself it didn't hit. It didn't. Le puse su limón, le puse su sal y todavía no. And I'm like, God, man. But when I would mix it junto con la ensaladita de la zanahoria y la calabacita, I was like, wow. Like le daba otro sabor, you know? So I was like, obviously you have to eat that together, pero si te dan muy poco de la zanahoria y calabacita over the salmon. So what can I say? I can only say that I didn't like the salmon. I'm not a seafood guy, so maybe you're saying, Raul, you're tripping. Rollers, you absolutely fucking tripping. But when I like seafood, I do like seafood. I do like the fact. I do like the fact that when I mixed it together with the vegetables, it was pretty good. I'm not lying about that. And I'm not the biggest fan of calabacita, like squash. I'm not the biggest fan of squash. And when I just had that, I was like, damn, this shit's good. It's good. When it was mixed, all three of them, or even just the vegetables. Overall, the experience, the server was, she did her job, right? But I'm just talking like the food and everything, the ambience. The ambience was okay. You know, you can't ask for much. It was just there. There's no grupos en vivo. It's not a big restaurant. It's not like, but it felt homemade. The pozole felt homemade lo poquito que probé. Unfortunately, the salmon was not good for me. Why did I go seafood? I don't know. I did want to try their mole Oaxaqueño, but I was like, I don't want to have mole right now. I've had it for so many years, but I really wanted to try it just because I've heard that mole Oaxaqueño is good. And unfortunately, I didn't go for that. I was gonna get the birria, but I was like, no, I don't want caldo right now. So went for the salmon, and unfortunately, it didn't hit. The the squash and carrots with the chipotle mix by itself, that's a good solid 6.5, 7. The salmon itself, solito, I'm sorry, I have to give it a 4. I don't like seafood. You guys gotta remember that. So I'm it's very biased how I'm saying it. But when I do say I loved it or I liked it, you gotta remember that's gonna be like a big deal when I get into the future of talking about seafood. So right now I had to give it a 4. I didn't like it. But mixed together, the whole platillo, the rice, that, and all together, yes, I can say a 6.5 out of 10. I can say that. I'm not gonna be too harsh because I know that I was enjoying it once I started mixing everything together. The pozole, the few bites that I got, the pozole was a solid 8, 7.5 if I'm being generous. No, sorry, 7.5 if I'm being real. 8 if I'm being generous, because I didn't finish the whole thing, but the taste, the bites that I got is enough to give it a 7.5. The tacoyos, that brother. I'm gonna be honest. I liked them, but I hated the fact that it reminded me of something, and I couldn't figure it out. It was one of those where I'm like, where have I fucking had this? And you just couldn't get an answer. And you just couldn't get an answer. And you just couldn't get an answer. Because of that, I have to give you a 3. And I was like, no, the taco is a little appetizer thing. Again, 7.5. It was good. The food was good. Just my experience for that. Overall, just for that, for the pozole and for the salmon and the experience of this new restaurant, I haven't tried the whole menu, but just what I tried definitely has to be a 7 out of 10. I recommend it. I will say that because it's homemade, I feel like a lot of food is gonna hit. It's gonna hit. I have that feeling, and maybe that might become one of my favorite restaurants because it's just gonna remind me of homemade food that maybe you just don't want to cook. Have you guys been there? It's brand new. I think it only has 1 week open. If you have, what do you recommend? If you haven't, get the pozole. Get the pozole. The pozole was good. I have yet to try other stuff, but I will. I know that I will be hitting that place again because I do gotta try their mole oaxaqueño. I just have to. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have a good day. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. Have a good morning. Go work. A toda madre.